Let us begin with it, chanting. I will recite and then you repeat with me. Mano bhuta ahankara cittani naham na ca shutra jivve na ca krana netre na ca vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Friends, now we are entering into the most interesting but most difficult subject, that is control of mind, yoga. And this will lead us to our original realm. This will take us to our original abode. This will take us to our original reality. So obviously this is very, very difficult, and we need to be very attentive, and we have to hear carefully the teachings of the Rishi, Patanjali Rishi. He is not elaborative. This is very peculiar, because he has taken it for granted. The students of yoga, they are capable to understand this. So that's why he is simply giving us a hint, an aphorism. And with that, we have to go. The Rishi Patanjali is not elaborating, but he is giving the sutras, the aphorisms. Rishi is expecting us to be intelligent enough so that we can understand it. And not only understanding, we have to understand it in a way so that we can realize it. And so he begins very clearly, Atha, now, yoga anushasana. Yoga, the discipline of the yoga, I begin. And the second sloka he says, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. In the first step, or what we can say the very first teaching, it says, what is yoga? Chitta vritti nirodha. He is not explaining about the chitta. But afterwards, slowly he will tell us what is nirodha and what is the vritti, etc. Because that is essential. And that is the reason those who are attending the class from the beginning, you all know, and so many classes in different times, we have explained our mind. So mind is very important, because we are dealing with the mind. This is very peculiar. If we are dealing with something outside, it is easy. We are trying to make this thing, that thing, experimenting, getting the instruction from others, then experiment is not successful, again we are experimenting. It is possible. If the subject is separate, different than us. Here, is the mind. And we are trying to repair our mind, rectify our mind with the help of the mind. So this is the most difficult part. And that is why he said, yoga, what is concentration? What is meditation? Chitta. Chitta means the storehouse of the impressions. We have already discussed. In English, they always say only one word, mind. But in Sanskrit and in our classical scripture, we always try to give the details, we break it. And then we have segregated it in 4 different parts. Mana, Buddhi, Chitta and Ahankara. In our different classes earlier, we have dealt with this and we have as clearly as possible tried to understand what is mind, what is Buddhi, what is Chitta and what is the function of the Ahankara. So here, the moment he says, Mana, yoga, Chitta, Vritti, Nirodha, this is the whole thing. Now here we are finding Chitta, Vritti, Nirodha. Now the preparation of the mind should be very clear. Then only the very first word of the Rishi we can understand. Otherwise, just casually, and we won't be able to understand very clearly. So what is that? That is why they say he has classified, he has given the 8 steps. When he is taking our mind slowly to the highest condition, that is, we are facing our own self. We are realizing our own self. That is the highest goal. Who am I? Where from have I come? What is my goal? Where I am going to go? These are the questions. Those who are thinking, those who are trying to get the answer, for them only. And then for them, what the first step? First step is Yama. Y-A-M-A. Yama. Yama means first ahimsa, non-killing. This ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. These are the 5 discipline, 5 things you have to practice first. Otherwise, if you are going for meditation, then they go, they try, but it's so difficult. And afterwards you have to develop this. And what is ahimsa? The very vast thing, the ahimsa. Yesterday one brahmachari, he invited me, Swamiji, you must come and take lunch with us. And we are all Niramishasi, we will have no difficulty. I told you are all ahimsaka, but I am shahimsaka. So, will you be able to feed me? And the ahimsa, shahimsa, all this is the confusion. And that is why it is said, ahara. And very clearly, Shankaracharya, he is telling, paravritti chedan himsa. And ahara means arhiyate iti. Arhiyate iti ahara. We are collecting. So this is the first step, ahimsa. From here, degradation of our thought has come. Bhagavan Buddha said, ahimsa, paramadharma, is the highest religion. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, long before Bhagavan Buddha, long before Yainacharyas, he is telling, Adveshta Sarvabhutana. I love that person who is not hating or creating problem for others. Adveshta Sarvabhutana Maitra Karuna Evacha. I won't explain it because in this month end we are going to have that spiritual retreat at Ganges. If I tell all here, then you won't go. What is spirituality? You study in that asrama, the Kriya Yoga Vedanta. We all were sitting on the podium, we were discussing the Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism. Love. Love your neighbor. Love your... And different speakers, they were explaining what is love and who can be called as the neighbor. So like that, as best of our conception, we were all discussing about that. And the love is the ultimate. That's why when Swami Vivekananda was asked, what is God? L-O-V-E. If we can understand what is love, we understand God. If we can really love our neighbor, and Jesus Christ gives another step. He said, they say, you have heard, love your neighbor. I say, love your enemies also. That is the teaching of the Jesus in the Matthew Gospel. Matthew, Luke, John, there are 4 Gospels are there. Nowadays they are claiming there are 5 Gospels. So obviously, it is the love your enemies also, who are persecuting it, giving you the trouble. Love. If we can do that, we are on the top of the spiritual. We are on the spiritual. And that is what is called religion. How can we do that? Here it's telling ahimsa. First you have to practice ahimsa. And ahimsa means not doing any harm, not killing, but in our thought, all these things are there. This is so. First and foremost, our thought should be purified. No complaint against anyone. This is very difficult. Then only we can control our mind. Why? Afterwards, after 1 or 2 aphorisms, we will find why he is telling like this. Yama is very important. Don't confuse the Yama of the god of death. In the Hinduism, Yama is god of death. This Yama is some discipline, some practice, ahimsa. Then comes satya, truthfulness. The truthfulness is very difficult. If I ask you what about that, whatever you say, if you record, listen to it, and then the performance if you see, then you will see that you have added so many things. Because we cannot express exactly what is happening and what has happened, what is the person. Why? Because our own ahamkara impression comes on the words. This is the problem. The moment we are adding with that, so it is not satya. So satya is very difficult. And that satya we have to practice. Then asteya, non-stealing. The one person was telling, someone sent me one email. Nowadays, you know, the people, if they like something, immediately they will send it to everyone. That's good. And I got a wonderful message. Yesterday, I was clever and wanted to make the whole world correct, right. Today, I am wise, trying to make myself correct, right. So I told someone, and he said, oh, I liked this word. And it's not like mine. Someone sent me. But this is the asteya, non-stealing. Who is going to steal this thing? No gentleman will do it. So this is the stealing means thinking the other's thought and telling. Without quoting, this is also stealing. Majority of the people nowadays, intellectual group you will see, I'm sorry to say, they are quoting, using Swami Vivekananda's thought without mentioning his name. Majority. They'll be telling that story that was told by Sri Ramakrishna as his own. And in their book also, their disciples, they are printing that same story, only changing the name. When he is telling a lamb, they will put it as a goat. And we don't have the habit to go to court every time, so they are safe. So this is the problem, because these great people also, without understanding. But Sri Ramakrishna, look at it. He was telling, don't try to do something forcefully. The moment you saw a monk or a brahmachari, you think, oh, they are so happy. So I also like to be a monk. But there are so many other responsibilities are there. You have to do that. You have to attain those responsibilities. You have desires within subconscious mind. Without caring, suppose suddenly you follow that monk, what will happen? You will ruin yourself. You will ruin the ideology, and no good effect to the society. So don't try to do it when you are not properly ready. To tell that, Sri Ramakrishna said, have you seen the coconut tree? The dry coconut leaf, it falls automatically. But when it is green, if you try, those who have, I never saw the coconut tree here. Is coconut grow? No, it's not. Maybe that side. The coconut, the green leaf, if you try, it will never. But when it is dry, it is dead, every child can pull it and immediately it will come down. Automatically also it falls. Sri Ramakrishna giving this instance and immediately telling, so and so told me. It was not necessary. This is called asteya. He will never steal anybody's idea, thought, or behavior, never. So this is the way we have to. Then concentration, the brahmacharya. This concentration means the continence means withdrawing our senses. Brahmacharya, withdrawing our senses. And that is called brahmacharya. And then aparigraha. This is very important. The people like to give and we go on receiving. And afterwards what? I can't enjoy that gift. Then what I will do? I'll go on piling in my room. Then when I die, 100 people will come and take it away. Oh, I like to get some memento of the Swami. Well, I don't enjoy. Then why do I receive it? It's not necessary. But if you are receiving it, give it to somebody else who will like it or who needs it. That's why when in our India, no one will come without something to a holy person. They will surely give something. That was the wonderful tradition. Because the holy people, they always constantly trying to concentrate their mind on something very higher without caring for their body and all this. So the society helped them, giving them something. And all the small things they are bringing, and then by that it is all right. But how much we need? Very little. Then these people are giving with their satisfaction because I am giving it to the holy person. So what the holy person should do? Distribute to the other people. I have seen our 10th president of Belur Math, Srimad Swami Bireshwarananda Ji. I have heard from the attendants. He was having only 3 sets of clothing, only 3. 2 he will be constantly using, one is washing and using, another it will be in the bag, so that when he is going out in a function or something, that he will use. And sometimes it happened, the president of Belur Math, you can imagine, thousands of these dhotis are coming almost every day. And he was having disciples more than lakhs. So obviously, so much of it. But he will all distribute. And he used to remember, someone came and said, Swamiji, this type of shoe is very good, is it? Then he'll remember. Anyone giving that type of shoe or anything, immediately he will remember, he likes it, send it to him. Give it to him. So that way he used to distribute, and he was having only 3. Once so happened, it was a rainy season. He forgot that first the set of clothing were didn't so dry. The second one also like that. Third also went. Then he had to wait inside the bathroom and ask someone, some of you will make it dry, bring the cloth. Swamiji, you can take a new one. Not necessary. Why should I take the new one? It is all right for me. And that way, that is called aparigraha. If anybody is bringing immediately, no, go out, I won't take, that is not aparigraha. So these are the things we have to understand, the 5 things: non-killing, ahimsa; truthfulness, satya; non-stealing, asteya; continence, brahmacharya; then non-receiving any gift, or parigraha. This is called yama. And the second step, niyama. What is the niyama? First and foremost, shaucha, mind and body. Those who are not clean in the body also, not bathing, dirty, not changing the clothes, and by that they are going and trying to worship God, they won't be able to become the yogi. He must be very neat and clean. Not that constantly very good dress, but he must be neat and clean. Washed clothes must be there. Mentally, early morning getting up, taking the name of Lord, reading some good holy books, reciting or singing the bhajans, cleaning his mind. So this is first is cleanliness, shaucha. Then santosha, containment. Always is contained. That is a wonderful thing. And for containment, you should have a vichara. So suppose I was not here, many people they're not happy wherever they are. When they were in India, they were constantly trying to come to America, they were writing, their competitive exams, they were appearing, all these things. When they came to America, they are constantly thinking about India. Oh, my country is so good. I used to go to there, my friend. No, never content. Wherever you are, be content. Any food you give, immediately you will think of something else. When the mother was serving the food, he was fighting with the mother. Now the wife is serving the food, he is constantly quoting, my mother was a very good cook, not you. Not satisfied at all. So why? Because it is not the mother or the wife or the chef that is serving the food in the hotel, it is discontent in the mind. There is no shantosha. So we recited the poem, the Santosha Dhana. Godhana, Bajidhana, and so many other dhanas are there. Wealth is there. But the best one is the Santosha. The moment you are happy with this, you are happy. This is Santosha Dhana. So, I don't know, but many of you must have noticed, I have also noticed to some extent, if not 100%, our Bharadanandaji, he is constantly Santosha. And there is a piece of bread, and I always try to see that he gets his own food, because our taste is different. But they have, grown up in this situation, they like this thing, the bread and all those. If he gets the bread and all that, he's happy. Swamiji, is it good? It's good. And when there is no bread, only he is chewing some potatoes, all this. That is also very happy. No, I'm fine. I'm full. There's no problem for him for any time. And it is problem for me because I always sit by his side. But anyway, I have seen for everything he is very content. At least to some extent, he has reached over there. This is wonderful. This is shaucha, santosha, then austerity, tapasya, tapas. This tapas means, austerity means, in any situation, you have to put your mind on God. Whatever may be the situation. Oh, if they were not talking, I could meditate. If they were not over here, I could meditate. No. Tapasya means in any situation, constantly you have to keep your mind on God. Whatever may be the situation. whatever may be the condition, it doesn't matter at all. And Raja Maharaj, he is telling the how to do it. And afterwards, Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means not only just in the morning there will be newspaper, immediately we'll go through. Here of course the newspaper people are not so much, but in India, early morning everyone, right from the rickshaw puller up to the minister, everybody will go through the newspaper. They like to read newspaper. That is a wonderful habit. And that is not Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means you have to study those books which will lift your mind spiritually. Then only. Otherwise no. All sorts of informations collecting is not the Swadhyaya. And so many other subjects we study. That is also with concentration here, because the students they are studying books. That is also good. But Swadhyaya means Shastra. And what is Shastra? Anyone and everyone publishing books is a Shastra? Just speaking about or writing about some spiritual thing, Shastra? Some Europeans, they will go and tour in India for 1 month. They will talk to this Swami, that Swami, here and there. They will come and write Hinduism. And then they will write the whole Hinduism. We are reading that book and we are so happy. Wonderful reading, Maharaj. Wonderful. If you read that, they know how to write. They're the good writers. It doesn't mean it's a Shastra. No. So the Swadhyaya means what? You have to get the information from those who have realized God. Not only just intellectual. That won't do. The original Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna in Bengali, Kathamrita, was written by Sri Ma. Sri Ramakrishna's conversation, and Sri Ramakrishna sometimes rectified him. And when he published, Ma Sharadamani Devi, Swamiji, Brahmanandaji, all they were there. They have read it and they have certified. Whomever about whom he is mentioning, they certified. That book was alright. But Achinta Kumar Sengupta, one good writer, reading this gospel, he then wrote another book on the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and the dialogue between Ma Sharada and Sri Ramakrishna is so wonderful, like the hero and the heroine as talking, and people liked it so much. We don't believe. Then overnight, a few million copies were sold, and to purchase that book, people were in the queue in the night, like the iPhone. We read in the newspaper, the people were in the queue like that. Holy book they are purchasing. But why? Not as a holy book, but as something very nice, readable. Of course, for them it is good. In Bengali they say, Nei mamar theke kana mama bhalo. That means, if you are not having a maternal uncle, at least someone not having the eyes, blind, but maternal uncle is good. So like that, it is good. But for those who are serious students of spirituality, they should remember to read only those books, read only those sutras who has been written by the realized soul, Aptya. Aptya, A-P-T-A. Aptya. Aptya means realized soul. And that is the reason thousands of years these Upanishads, this Gita, this Bhagavata, all books are remaining. And it will be there. Now, we will afterwards we'll discuss about the asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. But the two primary things, the beginning we have to learn is yama and niyama. When we are ready with this, then we will understand what does it mean by yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. What is the concentration? Chitta, our store, repository of all the thoughts. Vritti. Vritti means all the thoughts that is coming, thought waves. And what are the thought waves? Something has happened. And that is imprinted in our thought. And that is coming again and again, again and again. Chitta, vritti, we have to control that, nirodha. So this is the way we have to know. Now, man, buddhi, chitta and all this, how it comes, we know sattva, raja, tama. The three qualities are there. So look at the analysis. As a human mind, human being, they are behaving almost every day. When I open this Chicago Tribune, I find, and the news also, local news, and I don't know why, children are shot. They're trying to shoot the children. What for? I don't understand. Anyway, so painful. But these people, what to do? Suppose there is no gun and there will be no killing. So that's why the debate is going on in the lawmakers. They are debating over that. Whether the America, everyone will have the, and they are telling, no, you should not curtail our freedom. Rather, increase the power of the police, the law keepers, so that, but you should not curtail our freedom to keep whatever. We like to have anything and everything. That is the different views are going on. But it never depends on whether the person is having the gun or not. It depends on the mental attitude. A foolish person or an army, they are constantly carrying the gun. Why? They are also human beings. Only one or two accidental. They may be using their gun to kill people. Otherwise, they are helping people with their gun. They are also human beings. Why? Training. Because they have been trained, their mind has been given this idea, you are supposed to protect, not to kill. Similarly, if we go to these people, to the society from the beginning, then it will be totally changed. In our country, this Bhai Phota, Bhai Durj as they call it, then they will be tying one rope, the thread, the red or yellow something. The sister will come and then tie it. That's called, what is that called? Raksha Bandhan. See the word Raksha Bandhan. The brother is supposed to protect the sister, and sister is giving the reminder, you are supposed to protect me. So Raksha Bandhan, she is binding the brother to protect her. Psychological. Both the boy and the girl, they are growing up in the same situation. No adultery. Why? Psychological. So the mind is the very powerful thing. If you give a positive thought, everything positive. Same person, in the same situation, positive. So this is the reason again and again, but to control the mind, who can do it? It says, na virata, duscharita, na ashanta, na samahita, na shanta manaso vapi pragyani naivam apnuva. In Kathopanishad it says, the selfish type of people can never meditate. It's not possible because in their mind constantly that thought of selfishness is there. Oh, if it is this and then this, so all calculation is going on. Then the characterless people also cannot, because they are always tempted by these five things: Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jiva, Tok. Their mind is going out with this, and Rupa, Rasa, Sabda, Sparsha, Gandha, all these things will make them like mad. They cannot control their mind. They cannot be calm, controlled. They are always restless. So the Kathopanishad says, this type of people is of no use practicing meditation. In Bhagavad Gita also, 6th chapter, Dhyana Yoga, it says, Na atisnatastu yogasti. One who is eating too much cannot become a yogi. He cannot control the mind. Again, nacha kanta manasnataha, nachai kanta manasnataha. The person who eats very little, he also cannot. So look at it, how they have observed. In our Shastra, they are not telling anything without practicing it, without observing it, without researching on it. No. That's why those who are eating too much cannot control the mind. Those who are not eating at all, they also cannot control the mind. Nachati swapnashilasya. One who sleeps too much cannot control the mind. And the other one, next he says, Jagrata chaiva Arjuna. And the one who cannot sleep, is constantly awake, he also cannot make meditation. So the condition of the mind they are giving us first. Before we try to practice it, so these are the things we must understand. So, this is the condition. So, Madhya Pantha. That's why again and again they say, Madhya Pantha Avalambaniya. In our practice also, they say, always the middle path. Whatever is necessary for your body, take it. And whatever is not necessary, don't take it. So you have to, in a normal way. And when we are practicing spirituality, religion, majority of the people behave abnormally. Why? Because they don't study these things. Something abnormal. If you go to India, you will find the abnormality is too much. Either they will be shouting, oh, don't do this, or do this, do that. And constantly they are in that only. And that's why they are not in a position to control their mind, calm their mind, quieten their mind. And that is the reason they are not in a position to reach the goal. What is that? Atma Jnana, realization of God, realizing the truth. Millions and millions of people practicing religion, but one or two maybe who are really religious. Why? The Swami Vivekananda is telling, of the millions and millions, only a handful they try to realize God. Of those very handful of people who are trying to realize God, 80% of them become hypocrites. 15% become mad. 5% genuinely try. Maybe someone will get the mukti. It is not so easy. So this is the reason someone is giving wonderful way the expression and all that, and we think that he is a realized soul. It may not be. There's a beautiful word. Again, I heard from someone. I read somewhere. All great teachers are great entertainers. But all entertainers are not great teachers. So this we have to understand. That this is very, very important. So here, he is telling yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. What will happen? Suppose I control my all mind, then what will happen? Then clearly it is telling tada drashtu sarupe avasthanam. At that time, what will happen? At that concentrated moment, you can see that your real self is sitting over there. Tada drashtu is telling the seer, drashtu, at the purusha, at the atma. In its own self it will be there. Tada drashtu swarupe, in the original form it will be there. And that is called realization. So in two aphorisms, it gives the whole picture. You control all your thoughts, make it calm and quiet, then immediately you will realize your own nature, own self, own Atman. And Swami Vivekananda said, religion is realization. So we have to realize that. And why can't we do that? And suppose we are not in that condition, what happens? Then in the next aphorism it says, Britti sarupyam ita atra. Britti, sarupyam. There are different thoughts are there, and that thought is attached with that consciousness. As if. The word as if, it is very important. It's not the Atman, the Brahman, the Self unattached, but it seems it is attached. So little subtle thing, it seems as if it is attached. So that way we behave. So we are thinking that, oh God, I am going to worship God and I am doing this, I am doing that. All these things I am doing, I am thinking, I am conceiving, so many ways we are thinking like that. Who is this I? That is the reflection of the Atman. That is, that reflection, it attached with mind. That is the reason the mind, it seems to be intelligent. It's not. Our mind, our intellect, all these things are there. But when the Atman is not attached, then it never works. First we look our body, we are so careful about the body. And then second, all our senses, Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jiva, Tat, all the senses. Suppose all these things are there. Why suppose? It is already there. But only that consciousness is not there. What happens? Useless. When a man is dead, his body is there with all the organs. It never works. Why? Something is left. What is there? It has left. We say prana. What is that prana again? So we will, afterwards will come. So we go from gross to subtle, subtle to subtlest thing. And ultimately we find that we are actually not this body, not this mind, not all this environment that we see. Shivoham, Shivoham. That's why in the beginning, always, just to remind us, we recite that great sloka of the Shankaracharya, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta, Naham. I am not this mind, this repository of thought, not the intellect. I am not all this. Who am I? That search we are going. So this is Britti Sarupam Ita Atra, as if that self is connected with everything that I do, that I think. So next it comes, okay, then afterwards what we will do? Then it is telling, this Brittis, again, this Britti means different type of thought waves. How is it? It says, Brittaya, Panchataya, Klishta, Aklishtaha. It is very, very important in this way. There are 5 classes of modifications, painful, not painful. Swami Vivekananda in 2 lines completed. Is painful or not painful? Sometimes when we eat it, it's very good. After the eating, then something happened, then it is very bad. Sometimes something is good to me and the same thing becomes very bad to me. So Brittaya, Panchataya, 5 types. Look at the classifications. The clarity of thought, the way they are analyzing, even our thought, only 5 types. So he is saying Brittaya, Panchataya, Klishta, Aklishtaha. This, how it is, Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha. These are the Klesha. Klesha means painful. These thoughts are painful. Majority of the time it's very painful. Yesterday, one father, he was explaining what is love, and he was telling love is painful. Love is always painful. But that is a way of love. But love means always joyful. The love means always bliss. Apparently we are having, if there is no true love means always joy. And what is true love? One way. It's not two way. The one way only it goes. And we are only giving without expecting anything. Then where from the sadness will come? Where from the other things will come? No. It is only I am giving out of joy. Nobody is compelling me to give. I am giving out of joy. And if I am not expecting anything, it is only joy remains. So love is joy. Love is bliss. So this is here, what is the klishta? The klishta means painful. And what is that? First is avidya. You know that everyone in India, we can understand what is vidya and what is avidya. Ignorance. And what is ignorance? Ignorance means we are not understanding the true knowledge or truth of this world. The whole this world that we see, it is of illusory. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if I knew this world is true, true means going to exist all through, I would have covered my birthplace, Kamarpukur, with gold. My birthplace would have been covered with gold. I would have done that if I understood this. What does it mean? This whole world is nothing but illusion. And one day it is going to be love. Whether we want it or not. Today only one newspaper, sometime it comes. It gives about Indian news. And there they have given the richest temple, 10 richest temple. And all these temples are what they are having, you cannot imagine. In trillion. If you are putting 7 only billion is coming. How many? Put on only zeros. And so much of wealth in India. And in India, people are dying. Where is the wealth in temple? To God. Who are the people actually having those? Religious people. Look at it. You cannot make it. Why then? Our people are dying. What I will do with that wealth? Why not go and feed them? Give them education. Give them health care. Then the God will be happy. Because He has created them. We don't understand. We go on putting. And then they will say, when you are donating, no one should know. Gupta Dana in Hindi, they are very happy to say that. Gupta Dana. What is that Gupta Dana? Black money. I'm sorry. But majority of the time it's like that. In Andaman, when we are very poor, one gentleman, you won't believe, he came, that time with my own eyes I saw what is called Gupta Dana. He brought 5 big, full of money, and all 1,000 rupees, that note. Full. One only he opened, that suddenly it opened so I could see. And he says, Swamiji, keep it for 5-10 days. And one box I will give it to you. There are 5 boxes. So one box I will give it to you, and 4 I will take back. Sure. I told, will you please take it back right now? Because if you are keeping all these 5 bags under my bed, and we were so poor at that time in Andaman, and every morning we used to get up with a thought, what we will eat today? So that was the condition. And 50 orphan boys were there. We used to give them 2 the roti and 1 spoonful of sugar, rolling it and I told, see, this is the wonderful way. Hold it at the bottom so that the sugar don't come out, and try to eat from the top. And they were children, so naturally they were happy. And when they used to come back, they used to go to this man's house, that man's house, plucking the mangoes or these or that. All people, they used to get ready when the school is off. Ramakrishna Mission boys are coming, so that they are at the gate, not to allow them to enter. That was the condition. That was really very sorry condition. Holy Mother saved me. Mother saved me in that condition. So anyway, even in that condition, somehow, by the grace of God, because of the training, I told, what for this ashram? For Thakur, for God. And if we don't want the ashram, we will leave it and go away. Why should I have this? I don't need the box full of money. So that time I saw, he said, no, this will be my Gupta Dana. I told, I don't want Gupta Dana. I don't want only open Dana. You give me 10 to 100 Dana, that will be sufficient. So this way only these people are giving. Anyway, suppose you are accepting, give it for the other people. So this is very, very avidya. Why can't we give? Because within our mind, thought is, we will do something great. For what? For whom? Suppose we make a huge temple over here with 1,000 pillars, etc., etc. And hundreds of people will be coming to see us. One day it will break. Go and see the Red Fort. Go and see all these places. All they have broken. Someday it is going to be destroyed. Today or tomorrow. Then what for? But we can't think. That's called avidya. Then asmita. I. Every time it is I. In America they never write we. They prefer to write I. And that is in one way it is good. But we are trained to always mention we. If we had written in the ashrama that I like to invite you, immediately the senior Swami, who are you to invite me? Say, we like to invite you. So all is naham, tuhu. Why this? So that we are not asmita, ahamkara. Then raga means desire. When the desire is not fulfilled, desha. Then comes abhinivesha. That's a fear of death. People are so much afraid of death. Why? Because there are so many things attached to it. So if you are not having anything over here, what is the problem? I will go from here to somewhere else. Again I will see if it is not good, I will go to somewhere other. So why should I be fear? I fear because I have so much of attachments. So that is the reason. These are the 5 klesha. Why we are, our thoughts, painful 5 things. First, avidya, ignorance about this universe. Asmita means our ego. Raga, desire. Dvesha, because our desire is not fulfilled, so we are angry. And abhinivesha, fear of death. So it's not that I don't have the fear of death, so I just go and commit suicide. Not like that. We love life. We like to live long, so that we can help others. You know that Ravan's mother, she was trying to hide when the Rama and his army invaded that Ravana's palace. They found that lady, the mother of the Ravana, trying to hide. Lakshmana or someone told, look at it, that lady. Her all sons are dead. Everything destroyed. Even then she likes to leave. Rama understood. Go and ask this question to her. Oh lady, why do you like to leave? You have nobody now. You know what's the answer? She told, no, I like to live so that I can see the divine play of the Lord. I know that Rama is not a human being, he is the God himself. And because I am surviving, I am living, so I could see how the God is establishing a religion, dharma, pratishtha. And that is the reason I like to live. It is not marana bhaya. It's not the fear of death. It's a love of life so that I can do something good for the God. Whatever. I'm earning money. Does that mean that I am earning only scene, creating scene? Not at all. But the thought, with this money, I will help other people also. I will help my relatives. But at the same time, I will also help those who are not that fortunate. That's also similarly the holy work. So I am living like this. That's why one who is having the capacity must earn. And then only he should give it to others. That is exactly what Swami Vivekananda said to the Ford, the young Ford. That you are earning because the intellect that has been given to you by God. And with that intellect you are earning money. Now you should share that, at least to some extent. And every time thank God that you have given me this intellect, good health, other prosperity. I am grateful to you. And I don't know where you are, but at least I can serve you by serving the poor people, backward people, downtrodden people. So these are the things are same thing, just changing a little, it becoming spiritual. So next time again we will discuss about this. Today there are another 5 minutes time is there. If you like to ask any question on this, we will try to discuss. So today we have studied the 5 aphorisms. Atha yoganushasana, yoga chitta vritti nirodha, and then tada drashtu swarupi avasthanam, vritti sarupam itaratra, then vrittaya panchataya klishta klishtaha. Now next we will go, what are the vritti next Sunday. Sunday, I think, next Sunday, I think I will be there at the Ganges. Varadanandaji Maharaj will take some other classes. Next time when you meet, we will discuss about it. Yeah.
Please explain a little bit more on the brahmacharya.
See, this is the brahmacharya means controlling the senses. This is very, very important. There is a thing that always we practice that's called one who is not married. He is a brahmachari. Why? Because we think in this way as because he is not attached with the family. So his all mind is concentrated and concentrated on God. So that is a brahmacharya. But not all is the physical, it is mental also. So mentally when we are detached with other things, not getting the attachment or attracted by those things, which are so many, rupa, rasa, sabda, sparsha, ganga, we are a brahmachari. So one idea, keeping in the mind that I want to give whole concentration, my mind to God, or something supreme. And for that, I give away all that is worldly. That is called brahmacharya. Any other? Yeah.
To love your enemy, that point you mentioned this morning.
Yes.
But in Gita it says very clearly, if there is a problem, somebody is causing problem, you have to stand up and oppose it. So how do you, I mean, in basic.
This is a wonderful question. This is a very good question. See, in Bhagavad Gita it says, you are a Kshatriya and it is your religion to fight with those who are harming the society. And at the same time, our religion is teaching ahimsa paramadharma. When the Jesus is telling, he is actually telling to those who like to be spiritual. So this we should not mix up. One has his duty in the society, and those who have given up all those duties and trying to realize God the Supreme, for them this is the teaching. Not only your neighbor, not only your friends, not only your relatives, you should also try to develop the love for your enemies also. So this is the Adveshta Sarva Bhutana. Look at it, same Krishna. In the, I think 12th chapter, he is telling, in the 13th sloka, he is telling Sarva Bhutana Adveshta. So when he is giving the training to Arjuna or the Kshatriya clan, those it is their responsibility to save other people. For them they should behave like that. That is his Swadharma. And then he said, Swadharme Nidanam Sreya Paradharma Bhayavaha. A Brahmin taking up the sword and fighting it, no. And for the Brahmins, for the Sannyasins, they should not do anything, no harm to anyone. This is very important. The Kshatriya, their duty is totally different. So when Jesus is telling it, it's telling about the high spiritual ideology. Yeah.
In between are the householders. So there has to be something for the householders also to follow. I mean, people try to harm when you're just living, you know, and cheat you, steal from you, things like that.
See there, on the Tuesday, we are studying Panchama Veda, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In that Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, this question was asked to Sri Ramakrishna, how we should live in the world, because we are householders. He told the story of a brahmachari and the snake. He asked the snake not to bite. And the snake became so docile. Other people came and they threw it on the ground, and then the brahmachari came and told, why you are so fool? I didn't ask to hiss. I didn't ask you not to hiss. You show your anger, but don't bite. So the grihasthis, they must live in such a way that one should not, as they call it, crossing the boundary. So that should be there. I told the sannyasins are going and begging, but the grihasthis should never do it. So that is the different type of swadharma is there. Grihasthi, as best as possible, should live head high. And for that, and then again in Manu Maharaj, he is telling when there was no law protector and all this, police and all that, he said there are 5 things who are called Atatai. In the Bhagavad Gita also Atatai is there. Who are Atatais? Who are trying to arson, to put fire in your house, trying to take away your wealth, trying to take away your land, trying to insult your wife. Kill them without hesitation. But that was the teaching of those days when there was no law or police. But that was the system in our society. Sannyasis don't do. If he is being even killed by someone, sannyasi should not do anything. That's why when Vivekananda, some people, they were criticizing him from India. They are spending so much money writing against him, sending to those people who are helping. And then these people say, the Americans people said, Swamiji, why don't you protest? He said, no, I'm a sannyasi. I'm not going to do that. I won't do that. So this is as a grihastha, you must have to show your own courage. And you must leave head high. That is the... Okay then. Any other questions? Okay. Then we'll recite the second and we'll conclude. Na cha prana sango na vai pancha vayu na va sapta dhatu na va pancha kosha na va panipadam na chopastha vayu chidananda rupa shivoham 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari